Hey everyone, welcome to Sacred Sessions Ireland. My name is Vicky Flanagan, and for today's session, we are going to take an energetic journey to the Hill of Tara. The Hill of Tara is located in Meath in Ireland, but today we're going to go there as a group where our energy can collaborate with the powerful energies that still exist at this sacred site. So, I think it's really nice to have just a little bit of background about these spaces, recognizing that, as I said before, I'm an energy worker, so I'm not a mythologist or an archaeologist, although I think that information is really cool and it has helped us to uncover some of the mysteries of these spaces and what may have happened 5,000 years ago or, before recorded history. So I love incorporating that information in this. I think it's also important to recognize that what we're doing here in this space is leaving so much room for our own curiosity so that I can share my truth with you, but my truth is not the only truth. And your truth, your intuition gets to be centered here today. So as always, I encourage you to listen to your truth. If something that I'm saying doesn't resonate, you have my full permission to compost it, just to leave it and not take it on. And just see what your intuition brings up for you, because this space is about building a relationship, your own relationship to the earth, reconnecting to the earth, the land of Ireland, to the mystical beings that protect the land and live there, play there. And also more, importantly, to reconnect to yourself, your true self. And so to get started, to talk a bit about the Hill of Tara, um, the history is really interesting there. Tara became known as the seat of the High Kings of Ireland. So kingship was actually granted here by the other world. And druids, fillies, poets, seers would work with the royals at the time, or royalty, and the stone of destiny. In Irish, it's known as the Lia Fáil, and it's like the coronation stone for the High Kings of Ireland. So legend has it, or mythology states, that when the rightful king put his foot next to the Lia Fáil, that stone of destiny, it would cry out. So kingship was granted here by the other world, so the Tuatha De Danann and the beings that live beneath the earth. So it's pretty interesting. It was a space that was used most likely for ceremonies as well, and lots of royal energy here. So it kind of fits in with the theme today, is self-realization with the Hill of Tara. So we're going to be specifically collaborating with an energy vortex that lives beneath the land and a part of the Hill of Tara. There's also many other beings at this sacred site. So obviously Lia Fáil, which is the stone that was originally beside the mound of hostages, which is a passage tomb. There's lots of ancestral energy here. There are guardians and protector spirits that hang out in these areas, and there's also a fairy tree, so lots of fairy energy. There's a lot going on at the Hill of Tara, so it's really important that when we visit there, whether that's in person or energetically, that we respect the beings that live here and protect these lands. Humans have hurt the earth so much, and a lot of these spaces can be heavily guarded and protected. So when we go to these spaces, and rather than, more typical human nature is to go and take, when we act in indigenous ways, the ways our ancestors would have worked with the land, where first we show up to honor the land, give gratitude and make offerings. When we go and to do that and we work in reciprocity, the land is usually really excited and opens up to us in a really big way. So that's what we're going to explore through this session and every session on Sacred Sessions Ireland. When we're working with the land, we're doing so in a space of humility, respect, integrity, and reciprocity, the practice of giving and receiving rather than taking. And you may be wondering, what is a vortex? So I'll explain that kind of in short form. But a vortex is a collection of energy or a pool of energies. When you go out and walk in nature, there's a difference between walking out in nature and feeling like really calm and peaceful and taking in the beauty of nature versus walking on land where there's a vortex. So when you're in the space of a vortex, different vortexes will have different purposes and different properties and healing abilities. Some vortexes, when you walk onto the land, it's a real heart opener. You might find yourself crying. You might feel like your heart is being healed or opening. There's some of the physical things that can happen. It's really bright energy, a vortex. So it's very, very powerful. They're a full spectrum energy. So vortexes have emotions, they have their own consciousness, and they have soul and essence aspects. So that doesn't mean that they have a soul, but it means that the beings that do have a soul, they're able to collaborate. So like us, they can collaborate with us. In my opinion, vortexes have a particular relationship to source, the universe. So they may have messages for, our body. They may have messages for our soul, our essence, or like our emotions. They can speak to us on all those levels. It's like all knowing. And a vortex, like any human being, let's say any being, has its own purpose. They have their own hopes and dreams. So it's a type of intelligence. I call it like a divine intelligence that's rooted in the earth. So it understands what it means to be a human and also our essence and soul level. So it understands us deeply. It has so much compassion for what it means to be a human here in the physical realm, and it also knows us deeply on a spiritual realm too. So you might say that it knows our higher self and even our soul's purpose, our soul's plan for this lifetime. In my opinion, again, vortexes are like a manifestation of an earthly need. And you'll see that as we explore different vortexes and the unique purpose that each of them have. Yeah, but there's a real deep love for human beings, and because they're grounded, they know how difficult it can be to be a human. So we can actually harness their energy, collaborate with them so that we're supporting the vortex, the energies, and what its hopes and dreams are and what it's up to. And also we're asking it to support us and what we're up to. So it's a collaboration. At the vortex at the Hill of Tara, I perceive this energy its purpose is to help or support us in embodying our divinity so that we can express it in human form to the fullest. So simply put, it helps people to build confidence, true confidence in who we truly are, so that we can carry out our purpose with greater ease, with recognition, and it ultimately is self-realization energy. It's realizing who we are at the deepest level and moving through the world with that confidence. So when I first tuned in, and that was kind of the read that I received from this vortex, I kind of, it felt super regal, I would say is the word I'd use for that, royal energy, that I kind of was thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't for just normal human beings. This is just reserved for royalty. That was kind of my first thought. And the vortex explained that confidence, is a loosely translated way of being regal or royal. We can use the word confidence, and we'll just use that for today. But having confidence in yourself we don't have confidence in ourselves because we have royal blood, expensive clothes, we live in a castle, or based on what we look like. The vortex is explaining that true confidence is expressed as the embodiment of your true self. So the divine aspect of you is the royal part of you. It's what gives us true confidence. We can be confident in who we truly are. So when we identify as just like our body, and our only identity is this physical experience that we're having, we will naturally look to things outside of ourselves, so external validation, to build our confidence, to build our sense of self, that regality that we're looking for. And we see it all the time in celebrity culture, in the media. And even though some of these things are really lovely to have outside of ourselves, it won't fill our cup. So it won't give us that fulfillment that we actually are seeking. And we should consider things that are outside of ourselves as nice to have, but not necessarily mandatory to build a sense of self. So our own royalty is what we bring into this world through our essence and through our true self. And that's what, when we embody that, that's how we can co-create a really beautiful life. It's happening from the inside out rather than the outside in. And when we're full of ourselves, our authentic self, our cup is full and it runs over. So everybody benefits. It's not the other way around. We don't need these things to feel worthy. Instead, we need to connect to our innate worthiness that's constantly always running within us. So again, this is what I mean about the vortex having that compassion and empathy for us as humans. When I was collaborating with this vortex, it showed me images of just us being humans, what society is like, especially now, and the conditions that we've put on ourselves about what it means to feel worthy. We kind of, if we live in celebrity or worship culture, we even see it in royal families, putting more emphasis on material assets and putting people that have them on pedestals, like the superiority. We've created a power over structure, a world where greed and control and fear is what driving us. We think, if I have that car, if I have that wardrobe, if I look like this, or if I earn this amount of money, then I'm good enough, then I'm worthy. And that insecurity is driving us. But if we rely on something outside of ourselves to give us security, it will always end in insecurity. So instead, we come back to our higher self, our innate worthiness, and allow that to drive our thoughts, allow that to drive our beliefs, our actions, and then we can create a really solid foundation of and strong sense of self. So this vortex today is going to support us in clearing out any programming, any stories about what it means to be confident. And we're going to also call in, our guides and our Akashic records, so that we can download templates and frameworks of what it means to embody true confidence, our essence. The earth can give us frameworks on what it looks like to move through a world with this true confidence, allow it to evolve our relationships. So that's kind of what we'll work through today. We'll also receive a healing and for our crown chakra, our seventh energy center. And what this will do is allow us to make space to recall and bring in more of our authentic self and more of our essence, or our divine self, because our divine self has its own intelligence, so that we can manifest heaven on earth, essentially. So that is the plan for today. So for these meditations, I always recommend being comfortable, but maybe not too comfortable if you don't want to fall asleep, because they can go deep in the subconscious. They're super relaxing. So I recommend sitting up and maybe having something against your back so that you can lean on and feel comfortable, but also stay alert. If you want to lie down, that's okay. And if you do fall asleep, it's not the end of the world. Just trust that these meditations are still working on a subconscious level. Okay, so we can begin if that feels good. So I'll invite you to close your eyes. And we're just going to take a few breaths just to kind of ground us here, bring us here into this space. And we'll just take in a deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. One last breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to come together as a group, We're going to set a group container. So let's imagine that we have a bubble, and this bubble is surrounding our entire group. For people that are watching this live, and for those that are watching this as a recording, we're all here together as sacred community. We're all welcome here and we are all safe. So we're going to ground our bubble, our group container. So let's imagine a really beautiful earth cord. Maybe it's a shimmering gold color. Allow this cord to move up from deep in the earth, allowing it to move through the earth soil to attach to the bottom of our bubble so that we're grounded as a group. We're also going to bring in some universal energy. So let's imagine beautiful golden light above our group bubble, above our container, and allow that to pour into our group bubble. It's full of sparkles and natural healing properties. And we're going to set some intentions for this session today at the Hill of Tara. We'll set the intention that we're here together as community, but we're also going to remain individuated. We're going to set the intention that we're welcome here. Our best self gets to be held and celebrated. Resistance is welcome, and it's also going to be released gently into the earth. This is a space of exploration where your truth gets to be centered. We set the intention to respectfully connect with the energies of Hill of Tara, to release any programs and conditioning around what it means to be confident in 2022, the 21st century. We're also going to set the intention to release energies that are no longer serving us so that we can embody more of our essence and connect to our higher purpose. And we also set the intention that whatever is needed to get us to our next breakthrough so that we can co-create more heaven on earth happens today. If you have any personal intentions that you'd like to set, you can close your eyes, keep your eyes closed, and in your own mind, set any personal intentions. I'd also like to add that we receive any downloads about our soul's purpose and ways that we can take action that is really aligned with our essence, our soul, and who we are on a human level. Let's call in our spirit guides and our vaster wisdom and ask that they collaborate for our highest and greatest good. We call in earth energies. The earth can provide her deeper insights and wisdom. We call in universal energy to collaborate with our intentions. Let's imagine that there's a magnet in front of our bubble and a magnet behind our bubble. Any energies that are not going to support our intentions, we ask that they are released now into these magnets. And now just bring your attention to your personal aura, your own personal energy bubble that surrounds you 360 degrees. And our aura is usually around 3 or 4 foot all the way around. Your aura is your magnetic field. Every living thing has an aura, even the earth has its own aura. So let's just get a pulse on how our aura feels. Notice if it feels really constricted in areas. Notice if it wants to expand a little, strengthen. We're going to ground ourselves. So if you have an energy earth cord, let's just refresh that. So let's imagine a brand new earth cord deep in the earth. And this earth cord can be whatever color, whatever texture your intuition prefers. Mine is usually brown or shimmering gold. Just allow that to just travel up and attach to the bottom of your feet. And just allow this earth cord to get as wide as your aura. And we're just going to give our aura full permission to just totally relax and exhale into the earth. We're going to set the intention, any energy that's not my own authentic energy gets to be released now into the earth. We're going to call on universal energy. So above our head, we can imagine a white light, sparkling energy that pours down from the universe into our aura, washing over the 7 layers of our aura. And like the sun, as it moves down, it burns away any energy that doesn't belong to us. Any energy of lower frequency, any inauthentic energies are just sent back to their higher self. And we're going to recall our own authentic energy. So choose a symbol now that represents your authentic energies. And that could be a shape or a star. It could be a seashell. Just whatever your intuition chooses that represents your authentic energy. Allow that symbol to sit in front of you now. And your spirit guides are going to recall all of your authentic energies through all dimensions of space and time into that symbol. They're going to recall any soul fragments or fragments of your identity. And they're going to enhance and update and empower your energies. And beam them in from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head, filling in any spaces, any gaps. So now that we are resourced, we're full of our own authentic energies, we're going to, as a group, move into Hilatara. So now let's imagine that we're just walking on this sacred land. We're walking by the mound of hostages, the passage tomb that's there. And we're going to say hello to the ancestral feminine energy that protects this part. And we just say hello, what your name is. And we're going to thank them for their work and all the work that they do here, protecting this sacred space. And we're going to offer them a whole mountain of incense to show our gratitude. So we can imagine frankincense, we can imagine myrrh, really special incense, a whole mountain of it. And just gifting it to this feminine energy, these beings. And now we're going to keep walking and we're going to move over to the fairy tree. That's located on the right side of the field. And we're going to say hello to this fairy energy and thank the fairies for their uplifting energy, their sense of play and wonder. and thank them for the really beautiful energy that they give this land. So we're going to offer the fairies some gifts. And we can always ask these beings, what do they need? Or how can I support you? And just trust whatever you hear, trust whatever your intuition brings up. You might hear a word. And we're going to say yes. And we're going to offer lots of love, lots of gratitude. And we're going to imagine a whole rainbow of energies pours into the fairy tree. So the tree and the fairies get to ask for whatever they need and whatever they want from the earth and from the universe. And now we're going to keep walking, and we're going to move down to where the vortex is. So just allow yourself to find this space on the grass. It's actually near past the fairy tree on the left side of the field. We're going to allow our intuition to bring us there. And there's guardians and protector spirits here. And again, they're doing an amazing job of keeping this space safe and clean and protected. So we're going to thank these beings and really honor them, recognizing how hard they work. And just introduce yourself, what your name is, where you're from, what year it is. And we're going to ask them, how can we support them in what they're up to? And maybe ask them, what do they need? And if they ask for love or gratitude, we're going to give them a whole ocean of gratitude. Sometimes these beings might want new kind of robes or armor. And we can imagine that we're offering new robes. Sacred tobacco. And we're going to also offer, it's really common in Buddhist tradition to offer gratitude in the form of a whole sky full of flowers. So we're going to imagine we offer a whole sky full of flowers to these guardians. We always ask if we can collaborate with the vortex. So let's imagine now that the earth around the vortex opens. And as it opens, it reveals a spiral staircase that leads down beneath the earth. So we're going to begin to descend the staircase, moving down beneath, deep, deep down beneath the earth. we can imagine that it's lit up by crystals. There's so much light down here. We follow the light all the way down as we descend the spiral staircase. We begin to sense the energy of the vortex. It's always helpful when we're dealing and collaborating with these energies, these ethereal energies, to imagine a symbol that represents these energies. Recognizing that this vortex is about royalty and being regal. It's about our essence, confidence. So allow your intuition to choose a symbol that best represents this vortex of the Hill of Tara to you. And sometimes we might see, like, again, a shape. You might see a crown, a staff. It could be a sacred symbol. And as you descend the last stair, you see the symbol of the vortex in front of you. Recognizing that this vortex is a collection of energy that has emotions and consciousness. And we're just going to take in how incredibly immense and beautiful this vortex is, this energy is. And we're just going to say hello. And we're going to, again, show our love and show our gratitude. This energy belongs to Ireland. It has a really important purpose and role. And we're so grateful to be able to visit this vortex. So again, let's imagine the whole sky full of flowers to show our love. We're going to also make some offering. Maybe we can offer some lavender, sunflowers, daisies. And again, we're going to show our gratitude. We're going to give a whole ocean of gratitude. You can even imagine energy, loving energy from your heart pouring into the symbol that represents this vortex. And we're just going to offer more support. So we're going to ask this vortex, what it's up to, how we can support it, what it needs from us. And we're going to say yes. And we're going to introduce ourselves. So we've already said hello and our name. We can also let this vortex know what year it is, where we're from. Are you a daughter or a son of Ireland? Or do you live in Ireland? And you're going to tell this vortex what your hopes and dreams are. And we're going to ask this vortex if it can help us in achieving our hopes and dreams. We'll ask this vortex if it has any blessings or upgrades for us, if it can help us in embodying our true confidence, more of our essence, or just to become a better person. And we'll ask this vortex these questions and if it would like to collaborate today. So when you hear yes, we're going to move on to grounding. So let's refresh our grounding cord. And let's imagine there's a brand new grounding cord moving up deep in the earth to attach to the bottom of your feet. And we're going to work on evolving our first energy center, because we want to update and evolve our right to have here as a human being, and also to feel like we have the earth's permission to use its resources. And that would make being a human a lot more easy. It would also help our fulfilling our purpose. So let's imagine earth energy moves up into your feet, into your legs, and now into the base of your spine. And just allow your first energy center at the base of your spine, just allow this energy center to get as big as it wants to get. Allow it to be as expansive as it truly is. And we'll allow our intuition to guide us. Any energy that's ready to be released from this energy center gets to be released now into the earth. We're going to wash over our first energy center with earth energy. The earth will wash away any density, any energy that's blocked or stuck. We're going to bring in the element of water and allow the water, nourishing and soothing water, to wash over our first energy center. We're going to welcome in the element of fire and allow the fire to wash over. And the fire is going to transmute any karmic energies, any contracts, vows, or agreements that are ready to be transmuted, any cords of enmeshment. And lastly, we'll call on the element of wind to offer final clearing at the first energy center. And we're going to call on the earth's permission for us to exist. So let's imagine that the earth's energy, her permission for us to be here, to exist, moves into the first energy center. And just to watch as it, swirls around, updating and evolving our first energy center at the base of our spine. And it's not just permission to exist, but the earth is celebrating our existence. Allow yourself to feel how excited that the earth is that you're here. And the earth's rooting for you, wants to provide for you, wants to resource you. And now we're going to welcome up the earth's permission for you to have a body. So again, let's imagine the earth's permission is this beautiful earth energy that moves up through that cord into your legs and into the first energy center, the base of the spine. And the earth's permission for you to have a body is moving around that first energy center, healing it, evolving it, not just to have a body, but to have a really beautiful body, to have a healthy body, one that allows you to move, one that allows you to pursue your goals and your dreams, one that helps you to co-create. And now we're going to welcome up the earth's permission for you to be yourself, to be your full, authentic self here on earth. So again, let's imagine the earth's energy moving up through that cord and into your feet, all the way up to the base of your spine, filling your first energy center, healing it, evolving it. And again, feel the earth's celebration that you're doing this work, how much the earth wants to support you in being authentic, how needed you are being your full, authentic self, and that you're safe to be yourself. So we're going to allow this to update, heal, and evolve your first energy center, allowing it to resume to a size that feels kind of more normal or more comfortable. And now I want you to imagine that in front of you is a bubble, and allow this bubble to be a large bubble. It has its very own grounding cord, so it's connected to the earth. And it also has its very own universal cord, so it's connected to the universe. It's not going anywhere, it's held in place. And we're going to release into this bubble everything that we think confidence is. Whatever we've been conditioned or programmed to believe gives you confidence, what it means to be confident, what confidence looks like, the type of person that gets to be confident. We're just going to allow all those stories, all those thoughts, beliefs, programs to just move into that bubble. It could be having a certain kind of job, looking a certain way, having a certain amount of money, being born into a certain type of family or area. And we're going to give full permission for everything in this bubble to be released into the earth. You can imagine that energy that's in the bubble just pouring into that core, down into the earth to be composted, to be recycled and healed. And we're going to call on our spirit guides. And our guides are going to bring in new downloads into that bubble of what it means to be confident. What true confidence looks like, feels like, moves like. We're going to allow our Akashic records to download into the bubble. Again, downloads, templates, or frameworks of what it means to be confident, to express confidence, to embody true confidence. In a way that empowers you and empowers others. We're going to allow the earth to bring in frameworks of what it means to be confident in yourself, in your work, in relationships. And the earth's also going to bring in examples filled with wisdom, just those deeper insights. And we can put a magnet in front of this bubble and a magnet behind the bubble. And any energies that are not authentic to us, we ask that they're released now into the magnets. And our spirit guides are going to imbue this bubble with so much love and wisdom. Bless our energies, update them. And we can imagine that this bubble now moves into our aura to be integrated into our very being. And now that we are grounded, we have the earth's permission to be here, to have a beautiful body, able body, to have a body that allows us to activate and use our purpose, to express ourselves, that we have permission to be authentic, and that we've released any programs of what it means to be confident. Now we're going to receive a healing from this vortex. So from the symbol that represents the vortex, we see purple divine energy. Maybe it has some sparkles in it. It's really high energy. We imagine that this purple energy moves from the symbol of the vortex to our crown center. at the top of our head. And just allow this purple energy to move in a clockwise motion, swirling around our crown. This energy is evolving and healing our relationship and our connection with spirit. It's connecting us to the highest aspect of ourselves, the aspect of you that's vibrating in the spiritual realm, known as your higher self or your essence. This vortex, it's not telling us what to do with our divinity, but instead its energy assists us in embodying more of our divine self. And that's enough. Our confidence is being created from a place of truth so that we can welcome in more of who we truly are, the royal or regal part of us. We can imagine this purple light healing, evolving, and updating our crown chakra, honoring our true self, and allow this energy to support you in safely embodying more of who you truly are. Say yes to embodying more of your true self, more of your essence. Say yes to your purpose or your purposes. Say yes to co-creating heaven on earth. And we're just going to see this energy turn from purple to gold. And this gold energy, again, just moves in a clockwise motion through the crown chakra, healing, evolving, updating this center. And then allow it then to move down to our third eye, to the brow chakra. Healing and updating our sixth energy center. And reconnecting our crown chakra with our mind's eye so that our vision is connected to our purpose. So that we have new visions and ideals of what it means to be confident when we're connected to who we truly are. We're now going to imagine this gold energy moving from the third eye down to our throat. And again, it swirls around our throat chakra, healing, evolving, and updating our energy center. This is the chakra where we surrender personal will to divine will. Our communication is aligned with who we truly are. And we speak from a place of truth and love. And now watch this gold energy moving into our heart chakra, into our chest, to our arms, our hands, filling our back. And we can watch as this gold energy swirls our heart center. Again, offering healing to our heart. Connecting our heart with our crown chakra, our spirit. So we can express our purpose and our higher self through love. And now we're going to watch as this gold energy moves into our solar plexus, into our stomach. And this is our power center. This is where the source of self is. This is the center of self-esteem and self-worth. So we're going to imagine this gold energy swirling around our solar plexus, healing and evolving and updating our third energy center, connecting our higher self with the source of who we are as we move in this world. We can increase our self-esteem, our sense of self, our self-worth when we're connected to our true self. We can express that in work, in our relationships, and how we move in the world. Saying yes to expressing our true self in this form. And now let's watch as this golden energy moves down to our second energy center, our sacral chakra, just below the belly button. Allow this gold energy to swirl around clockwise, updating, enhancing, blessing our second energy center. Again, connecting it to who we truly are on an essence level. Saying yes to our soul tribe, saying yes to our soul family. And when we're more of ourself, more of our essence as we walk through this world, our soul tribe, our people can find us easier. So say yes to those relationships. And we'll allow this gold energy to move into the base of our spine, into our root chakra, our first energy center. Allow this gold energy to update your first energy center, enhancing it, blessing it. So not only do you have full permission to walk feeling safe and secure as your true self, but you feel excited to do so. You feel like it's your birthright. Being your true self feels really natural. And just allow this energy now to fill your legs, out through your feet. Watch as this gold energy expands outwards, filling your entire aura, moving through the 7 layers of your aura. Watch as this golden energy strengthens the body, enhancing and blessing and healing our bones, the blood, our cells. And just allowing this energy, this highest light, to honor the body for being a really loyal host to this divine energy. The body to be willing to grow and expand and evolve so that we can embody more of our divine self. Recognizing that the body supports us hugely in this expansion. Let's imagine that a rainbow of frequencies pours in, moving into our crown chakra, all the way down to the heart, to the lower centers, to our feet. And we just give our body full permission to ask for whatever it needs and whatever it wants from the earth and from the universe. We can give full permission for each of our energy centers to fully heal and evolve. And we can imagine now that this vortex is going to begin to retract this golden energy back into its beautiful symbol. And we're going to refresh our grounding cord. So let's imagine a brand new grounding cord moves up deep in the earth to attach to the bottom of our feet. We're going to set the intention, any energy structures in our aura that are no longer needed gets to be released now into the earth. We're going to ask the earth to find really auspicious and supportive energy structures. We'll even ask for any energy vortexes, the Hill of Tara vortex, to move into our aura and structure our aura based on this really big work that we did today. We're going to refresh and recall our authentic energies. So again, let's imagine that symbol that represents your authentic energy. Let's bring that symbol back and allow it to sit in front of you. Your spirit guides are going to recall your authentic energies through all dimensions of space and time into that symbol. They're going to recall any fragments of your soul, of your identity into that symbol. They're going to bless your energies, enhance them, and update them. Notice what color your authentic energies are. Maybe they're a mix of colors. Maybe they're like metallics. And your guides are going to beam them in. So imagine that they're beamed in from the bottom of your feet all the way up to the top of your head, filling in any spaces, any gaps. We're going to thank this vortex. So let's open our heart and just show our gratitude, pouring in lots of love, thanking this vortex for the healing and blessings and upgrades today. Again, honoring how vast it is, how immense it is, and beautiful. If you want to make a commitment to this vortex, you can make a commitment. And we're also going to bless this vortex. So imagine, you can imagine universal energy washing over the symbol, blessing it. Okay, and now we're going to leave. So let's imagine that we gather any energetic debris that belongs to us. We're going to bring it with us as we say goodbye for now. And we're going to walk back up that spiral staircase, moving all the way up through the earth until we come to the surface of the land. And as we're standing on the grass, you can see the earth closing beneath us. We're going to thank the guards, the protector spirits. Again, we're going to bless them. Let's imagine that universal divine love and light energy pouring over the protectors, the guardians, and sending them blessings. We can imagine that there is a whole rainbow of frequencies pouring over the Hill of Tara. And just imagine this rainbow pouring over the Hill of Tara for the vortex, for the guardian spirits, for the mound of hostages, the ancestral energies, the fairies, and any other beings that would like to receive healing and blessings being touched by this rainbow of frequencies. And the Hill of Tara gets to ask for whatever it needs and whatever it wants from the earth and from the universe. And now we're going to make sure that we clean up any energetic debris, anything that we may have left behind. So let's imagine the element of wind moves from the east, moving through the Hill of Tara, beneath the earth, on the surface, gathering any energetic debris and allowing it to move into the west. And the universe is going to recycle this energy. So we're going to say goodbye and thank you to the Hilatara, the beings here. We're going to imagine that we're back in our group container, the energetic bubble. And we're going to thank our spirit guides and we're going to bless them. And just as we bless them, they bless us right back. We're going to thank the earth for her contributions, deeper insights and wisdom. And we're going to bless the earth. And just as we bless the earth blesses us right back. We're going to thank the universe for its wisdom and insights, and we're going to bless the universe. And just as we bless the universe blesses us right back. And this healing energy, we're going to send it back in time to younger versions of ourselves when we needed confidence, connecting to our true self and worthiness. We're going to allow this healing to update our present reality. We're going to hit the reset button and allow this work to reset our self-concept and identity. We're going to hit the reset button and allow this work to reset our belief systems and our reality. We're going to hit the reset button and allow this work to heal and evolve our relationships and how we move through relationships. We can even send out a spiritual text message to everybody that knows us or people that are about to meet us, letting them know that we've healed and evolved. We're going to send this healing energy forward in time so that we're connected with our highest timeline. And lastly, let's send this healing energy out to any being that would like to feel confident, to be connected to truth, to embody their purpose, that want to be blessed and feel free. We're going to make this healing energy available for them too. And now we're going to intentionally send back each other's energy. I like to say, I now send back all energy that does not belong to me, and I send it back with love to all people, places, and things. And we can ask our guides one last time to recall our own authentic energies. Enhance them, bless them, and update them, and beam them in. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, come back to the Zoom, come back to the video. So I want to thank you so much for participating in this session. It was super intentional at the Hilatara, recognizing that this is a super public space and it does receive a lot of foot traffic. It's also used for farming and there's sheep there and there's lots of different energies going on. So I wanted this to be very intentional about how we give to the different beings that participate and contribute to this space. And sometimes certain spaces need longer, and the Hilatar is definitely one of those spaces. So thank you for being patient and giving so much, honoring so much today. I hope that the healing is helpful. I hope it resonated. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to answer them. And yeah, keep in touch. I'm always open to feedback. And I'm always excited to hear how healings have manifested in your life after today. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much, everyone.